The truth of the matter is that when you look at the various projects embarked upon by the present administration, one can outrightly say that the North has been marginalized. And if you look at the pattern of appointments coming out from the administration, it also shows that the administration is not being.
Hello and what's up, guys? In this video, let's go straight to Kaduna, where northern politicians and analysts are exploding with anger. They say President Bola Tinubu's administration has sidelined the entire North when it comes to government appointment and national resources. At a high-profile forum organized by the Sardauna Memorial Foundation, shocking figures were revealed. By May 2025, the Northeast got just 30 billion naira for road projects, the Northwest 105 billion naira, and the Southeast 205 billion naira. But here is the bombshell: the Southwest alone walk away with 394 billion worth of projects, and most of that tied directly to Lagos. And that's not all. Out of Tinubu's massive $21.5 billion loan request, billions more are already mapped out for projects like the Lagos Green Line, the Western Sugar Grid, and the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Route. Northern leaders say this is clear proof that the region has been abandoned. Many are also furious about federal appointment. They argue that despite giving Tinubu huge votes, the North has little to show in key government positions. Some leaders insist this government has completely marginalized them, but others flip the blame, saying Northern appointees themselves have failed to defend their people's interests inside Tinubu's cabinet. Still, frustration is boiling, with insecurity, poverty, and education crisis still tearing the region apart. Northern leaders warn that the president's policy are hitting their people harder than anyone else. Guys, I will let you watch this video for yourself so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Take a look, guys, and remember to share your thoughts after watching.
And now in Kaduna, the growing agitations among northern politicians against President Tinubu continues to generate more reactions across the region. Many northern leaders have accused the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for marginalizing the North in terms of distribution of national resources and the representation of northern interests within the government. In Kaduna, politicians and commentators express disparities in project allocations between the North and Southwest, especially Lagos State. Trust TV's Bello Musa has more on the story.
At the interactive session organized by the Sardauna Memorial Foundation in Kaduna with ministers and other key appointees in the administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, statistics read out at the forum indicate disparities in the federal allocations for road projects. As at May 2025 show that Northeast 30 billion naira, Northwest 105 billion naira, Southeast 205 billion naira, and Southwest recorded 394 billion naira worth of projects. The bone of contention is Tinubu's recent $21.5 billion loan request from the National Assembly. The northern leaders claim that a significant portion of the fund is earmarked for progress in the Southwest, which includes Lagos Green Line, $2 billion, Western Sugar Grid, $1.07 billion, Lagos Calabar Coastal Road, $700 million.
The truth of the matter is that when you look at the various projects embarked upon by the present administration, one can outrightly say that the North has been marginalized. And if you look at the pattern of appointments coming out from the administration, it also shows that the administration is not being fair to other regions of the country. Mostly, one can say the North, which has given so much votes to the present administration, has been marginalized.
The administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has completely marginalized the North. Why I say it has marginalized the North is that when you look at the past appointment, not of just recent, that a lot of people were talking all over, that is when he started picking, and most of the appointment is not something to talk about. You understand? But seriously, when it comes to appointment, he has marginalized not only the North, the entire nation, but Southwest.
PRP member Lawal Musa blames the northern appointees for lack of performance as representatives of the North in Tinubu's administration, while Awal Abdullahi stressed that the present administration is carrying everybody along.
And the people who were appointed by the presidency, they are not serious and they are less concerned about their people. That is why we are not seeing exactly what we are expecting to see from them. At the end, we will end up thinking that we are marginalized.
We as Northerners, our major challenge, we have three major challenges: security, and economy, and of course education. You will agree with me that in terms of security, we have the two ministers of defense of the Federal Republic of Nigeria from the north, in terms of Badaru Abubakar, who is the main minister of defense, and then Dr. Mohammed Bello Matawale, the minister of state defense. We have the chief of defense staff, General Christopher Gwabe Musa, is of course a northerner. We have the chief of air staff, Air Marshal Abubakar, is also from the north. We have the national security advisor, who coordinates all the security intelligence and the network. First to see the president and last to see the president, Malam Nuhu Ribadu. He's equally from the north. And then the minister of education is.
The analysts point out that Tinubu's economic policies have impacted negatively on all parts of the country, but the impact is felt more in the northern region because of its huge population. However, many are of the view that during a meeting with the then presidential aspirant of the APC, Bola Tinubu, with ACF, the forum failed to present blueprint for the north.
There are other parts of this country that the railway has never been to at all or is not functioning. That's some of the things that should happen. Yes, you may argue that what Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing is a continuation, but with other beneficiaries of the prebendary system of Muhammadu Buhari. All of those critical offices that were occupied by Fulani people are now occupied by Yoruba people. Even if he's to pick from Kogi, he looks for a Yoruba man to pick from there. If he's to pick from Delta, he picks a Yoruba man from there. And so that is why somebody will now complain of marginalization. Bad governance is bad governance. What we had under Buhari was evil. And what we are sustaining under Bola Ahmed Tinubu is also evil. If Kwankwaso would be
Evil. You have used that word repeatedly. Evil. How?
How could you make virtually everybody that is critical in certain offices come from amongst your people? Under Buhari, everybody was from the north. Under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu now, everybody is from Yoruba land. That is evil.
That's not correct. Evil. Not everybody is from Yoruba land.
Talking about majority.
I'm just saying of critical offices. Don't let us go into start mentioning chief of this staff, chief of that staff, inspector general of police.
You are talking to facts this morning. That's
yes.
why I'm saying that. There are ministers. Not all of them are from the south.
The director general of customs, where is he from? Okay. The inspector general of police, where is he from? So many other offices like that. When it was Buhari, where were they from? These are the things that we are talking about, and then you now make sure that everything is lopsided, and those are the things that they can see. And then when you talk of development on ground, I don't even know that development on ground, because the stealing, the people that are stealing our resources have just changed. The Fulanis that used to steal are not able to steal anymore. Some Yoruba people are the ones that are doing all the stealing. Is that what you mean by the North being marginalized, when we should be talking really about good governance for the larger majority of the people of Nigeria? These are the things that Kwankwaso is referring to when he should be referring to good governance all over the country. People should stop seeing themselves as regional champions. It's exactly what Muhammadu Buhari did when he was not yet president. When he went to Oyo State, when Lamadeshina was the governor, and he was fighting for the Fulanis alone. And that is what Kwankwaso is also doing right now. It will not be. What we should have is good governance everywhere. One thing I love about Afenifere, that's why we are misunderstood. They say, oh, we supported an Igbo man for presidency the other time, because we are not tribalists. We want good governance all over.
Now, from your perspective, what evidence do you think Kwankwaso has for this marginalization when it comes to resource allocation?
I don't care about this evidence. The statement is a fallacy. And he has shown false to the need himself that successive Nigerian governments have alienated the North, literally, and developed the South. But look at the list of people who have been in successive Nigerian governments, both military and civilian. You have more Northerners. So whose fault is that? And he's saying this just about 48 hours after having a meeting with the president in charge now, means that their talks were not successful. So he's behaving like somebody who just lost out and who is preparing the ground to join the opposition. That's the logical conclusion for his observation. But it is a fallacy, a grand fallacy. Let's leave it at that.
It's very good, Mr. Jubole. Is he speaking for himself or the entire North? And what about the regional leaders over time in the North? It's not just about the federal government doing this. What have they contributed to their regions?
You see, Kwankwaso has a large following, the Kwankwaso movement in Kano. And they are powerful. But their strength is in what is regarded in Nigeria as electoral strength. And it is hooked, it is centered on our census figures. So until we get a good census figure, we will not really know where we are going. And that's the crux of the matter. And he knows what he's doing. He removed Festus Udumegu, who was about to conduct the census some time ago. Because I don't criticize the 2006 census and said all the censuses we have been having are grand fallacies, that they are not rooted in reality. That UNESCO and other people have brought out this thing. I think Odumegu Ojukwu spoke too early. He ridiculed him then, personally, by saying that he was from the brewing industry and must have taken some beer before became. And they removed Odumegu Ojukwu. And I'm sure if Odumegu has kept quiet and conducted the census, we will know where we are. Now they are sensing something again, because he's speaking for the North, and invariably they will rally around what he's saying. But what is on the ground does not justify what they are saying. It's just been politically disruptive, not necessarily to antagonize the government, but to brood over the speech he was expected, which he was not given during the last meeting with the president. Let's leave it at that for now.
Also, Mr. Jubale, I appreciate how you tied the timing of this claim that he's making to the visit that he had with the president. But what do you think it reveals about, or this criticism reveals about NNPP strategy for relevance come 2027?
He's not speaking for NNP now. NNP is just the one.
I know, but you were able to connect the dots with that meeting. Yes. But what do you think it's? You don't see any connection whatsoever.
You will see move to the coalition.
Okay.
Or start his own. Because his party cannot stand. He took contested for the presidency before.
That's true.
In fact, funnily enough, at that time I had a column in the Nation. I supported him against Buhari. Yes. He was an engineer. He's been Minister of Defense. He's well qualified to be president, but he's not qualified to blackmail the present government over what everybody knows is untrue. Because what those of us in the South are against is the domination of the North in all spheres. Most of us have suffered it in government appointments, wherever the place priority, federal character, and all that. It's about time such things are thrown overboard. You see, I thought drawing over such regime will have a good census, but at the end of it, you saw what happened. That was what Udimegu was condemning. Even that census, Lagos State rejected it and conducted its own. You see, the myth that Kano has more population than Lagos, it's a myth. We don't accept it. Not because I was born here. But see, people migrate in this country from north to south. And when you do census, the destination has less population than the origin of the migration. What sort of geography or what sort of census? Even the climate did not support what they are putting as our figure. And it is the backbone of the arrogance of northerners to always threaten southern leaders that he is doing now. It has to stop somewhere along the line.
Indeed. I was even going to ask the issue of, if you remember, not too long ago, even over time, that the Niger Delta militants and other stakeholders, they have raised issues that, hey, look, what you're getting from our region is used and to maintain Nigeria and, of course, most part of the north. And why didn't this criticism come during that time?
Right.
It has always been their claim.
And the unfairness of it,
yes.
The unfairness of it is that Southerners feel that Tinubu is leaning too much to the north with the appointments he's making, just to balance things. You see, I commend him for building the bridge that made him to win, in spite of the Muslim ticket, which is a concession to the north. But you see, you can't be holding the gun to the president every time you have a disagreement with him. It's not done. Okay. It's not fair.
Well, Mr. Shibwale, like you rightly pointed out, we do know that Kwankwaso has quite a large following with the Kwankwasia movement. And even though you see through this fallacy, as you call it, yes, some might not necessarily share that view and say, yes, it's true, we're being sidelined. Do you think there should be any gesture from the office of the president to give those that might feel that might share the sentiment which Kwankwaso has? Do you think there should be any move to make them feel a sense of inclusion after the statement has been made?
He gives all appointments and build all industries in the north. And then anyway, even if you see, you have not listened to me, that this president has bent backwards more than any other president to accommodate
but we both know about the Kwankwasia movement. Like they cling to what? Yes, they cling to what he says.
My logic is that it is in the north, and the myth of saying the Kano state has more population than Lagos is a fallacy and inaccuracy. That's what I'm trying to tell you, and that a concise and accurate census will bring that fact out. But the north will never allow that sort of thing to happen. That's the issue. And talking of, there's nothing, but Tinubu has done more than enough. I repeat it for the 10th time to accommodate the north. So that's why I said what he said is illogical and fallacious and not provable.
Indeed, Mr. Shibwale, I also remember the issue of the taxation when it came about. There were grievances from the north regarding that. But I haven't actually seen people, northern leaders falling over themselves in support of this. That was why I asked the issue. Is he speaking for himself or the entire north in this regard?
Look, I welcome the debate. Yeah. Nobody is shying away from them. Let them make their point, let us make our point. But let them know who's president now. It's the southern president, and let them respect that.
The way you see Arewa consultative forum and the northern leaders, the way they complain about marginalization, you will be wondering, where were they 3 years ago when our late president Buhari packed all the northerners in their in juicy positions? Where were you, Arewa? Where were you, northern leaders? Now you are so bothered. All you talk about all the time is marginalization. In less than 3 years, you now know if you stay out of power. Power to you is now we get. No wonder you now no vote for Obi because they think say that Igbo people go through Obi's cabinet. I see why you now no vote now. Marginalization. And look at Tinubu's appointment. At least the guy still tried. Packed northerners inside. Up till now, they are still shouting. No, he didn't give the juicy one to us. He didn't give us this. He didn't give us that. You now don't see the part where they go on in Benue play to everywhere. Katsina around you. You now don't talk about that one. Now position. President Tinubu, use your power. The same power you used on we, the poor. The same power you used to remove subsidy, use this power to restructure Nigeria. Restructuring is a way to go right now. Let each region manage their region. Let them manage their region. Buhari was there 3 years ago. None of them complained that hey, this. With all the northern position you got during Buhari, where that one land us? Not the same gallo we did so. Nigeria now restructuring we need in a country where over 80% of our people are making just 250,000 a month. 250,000 that can only buy fuel and lights. That's what they get. No any other money. You are not complaining about that. All you complain about is marginalization. Hey, the Northerners are not happy. The Northerners, you know, no fit stay out of power. Power to do money, you know, no fit stay out. 4 years, you know, they shake. Marginalization. I bet President Tinubu restructure Nigeria. That's the best way to go.